Well, I really, I just want to talk to somebody.
You want to talk to somebody about what? What's going on?
Um, I I really don't know how to explain it, so I guess I can just um it's like I didn't my mother really didn't bring me up, so um then I lived with her sister and it's just hard because when living with her, even though I had a better life, it was still hard because I still was treated, not nice.
And when you said not nice, what exactly are you saying? Can you talk about that?
Um, I can try. It's like how you like if you when you're younger. I mean, I got toys and clothes, but when it came to really like feeling loved, I didn't get that.
So you're saying that you missed out. You got material things, but you
Yeah.
did not get the emotional feelings of love and feeling like you're cared for. And do you think they had anything to do with all of a sudden your sister had to take on someone else?
Um, I don't know because I was a child, so I'm
And what
I
age was what age did you go live with your sister?
um, from a few months old on and off, and then I believe I was about 6 that I stayed and just till I was 16.
So let's go back a little bit, okay? So that we can get some understanding. What was going on? Did they tell you what was going on with your mother? What was happening? Because that's a young age going back and forth, but you remember that clearly. Do you
Mhm.
remember the relationship you had with your mom?
Um, yeah, I mean, my memories of living or being with her are not nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You didn't feel stable.
No, see, my she was with my father at the time, and he was an entertainer, but he also he drank, so there was a lot of abuse in the home. He was abusing her. He didn't hit me because I or my sister. He they would be fighting.
So the memories, like you said, were not good because of the fighting that was taking place. What was the ages of your sisters?
She's younger than me. It was one, just one.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was 6, she might have been 4 or 5. Because we're like 18, 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm. And did you have an older sister?
No, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest. Okay. So at 6 years old, you remember going to someone's home. And who was that?
That will be my aunt, my mother's sister.
Your mother's sister, your aunt. Okay. And did you feel any type of relief?
I did. I mean, I was, happy there, but I, I mean, looking, the relief I would say it was that I didn't have to worry about, being afraid and just fearful because I was very fearful and timid little girl. So I was happy in that sense.
You're happy in that sense. And so let's talk about your relationship with your aunt. The memories. Did you have any, the good memories of, what were the good
I
memories?
I mean, like I said, I had all the material, toys, and but I just was um I never felt like that safe, that I was safe, but I never
Mhm.
felt that in my heart, like that, it was just like growing up with a hole in your heart.
With a hole in your heart. Yes. So do you feel it? Do you feel that this affected you as you got older? This
Yeah,
hole
because
in your heart?
I could even remember about 10 years old, wanting counseling, and nobody paid me no mind. So I knew I had, issues. I knew something was wrong with me, but it was just like, you know, we just wash that, put that to the side and keep living. See, my aunt married, her husband was a beautiful man. He really was, but they were very proud type of, they had money. So it was like, for them, taking me was like, oh, you got your niece, that's so great. But what about her needs, like, that people can't see, but yet everybody knew, oh, that girl, that little girl was, her daddy was a drunk, her mama and daddy fought, and blah blah blah. So I heard all that. So obviously I knew that, something was wrong.
You knew something wasn't right because let me ask you this. When I hear you say that it was like they were showing a face to the world, but to you it wasn't the same thing, and you saw
Right.
this, and it almost was like it was fake or their feelings. Um, and when you said the word proud, it made you feel like they was taking on charity, basically, what you're saying.
Yes.
And that's how you felt. It was like they were bragging how good I am and everything. But you never reached to how good they could be to you if they gave you more emotions or hugs and
Yeah.
everything. Did you ever get those anytime, a hug or
Yeah, I did, but it always came with, you know, like, you come here, and you better take this. You need it because you're this, or you're that. But yet, they will hug their son, and it was a difference.
and you saw the difference, you felt the difference and how they treated you and how was the relationship with your that would be your cousin.
Oh,
How was that relationship? Yeah.
he thought I was his sister. I I loved him. I protected him, and you know,
Hmm. Let me
and see,
ask you, right. Uh-huh.
I was like good in sports, like an athlete. So I would have to train after school, and
Hmm.
do different things. I was in every sport, and I excelled in it. And I was I was training for like Bermuda
Mm,
to be, I could have been representing Bermuda, but because I didn't have the support and, push to do it, I ended up doing that astray.
you put it astray.
I got sidetracked.
How did it make you feel when you were running? It was track, you said, right? And other sports. How did that make you feel?
I loved it. I loved it because I think I, but it had to be in me. But I used to think, when I was younger, that I was running, I was running fast so that, I can get away, get away. But that's how children think. That's how we comprehend things. But
Coping.
I
That's how
can
you were
remember
coping.
the faster I run, I can get. And yeah, I ran fast and I won. I came first and everything. So it worked out for my
Yes.
good.
Wow, yes. But the limit came because you felt there was no motivation,
Well,
no one to help you, support you in it.
like they had coaches that were calling, like
Wow.
we want to train her, and certain times I was able to go, and then a lot of times I couldn't go because I had, she's got to do that. I'm like, and I think I got really hurt one time in one of these sports that I couldn't participate in, and this was um like first league playing with, being
Mm-hmm.
trained with women. So and our scout picked me up in high school.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So it seems to me that you found so much joy in that. That filled in an empty place for you.
It
But
sure did.
still, here it goes again, something blocking what you love, blocking what you love, blocking how you could get love. So we take this on when we're going to look at this and we're going to see how has this affected you in your life as you go, as you've grown, as you've gotten into relationships. Have you seen this come back on you, or have you have you seen how it can?
Because it's been very difficult to express, my um what you call it, love or feelings towards, the opposite sex. So it's more as, you don't talk and people's trying. So communication was oh, I just didn't have it. I would give, I gave you this, I did this for you, I just clean your house. I would run ragged doing because I overcompensated because I just didn't have the skills and didn't know how to say, yeah, I like you or I love you or hug you, and just wasn't there.
So you protected yourself. You protected yourself, and you wouldn't. You almost like you have a wall. You've created this wall over your life.
That's what they used to tell me. You have a wall up and you need to put that wall down. And I had no clue what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Do you now understand what it means when you have a wall up?
Yep.
Have you ever seen that wall come down? Have you ever been able to just love wholeheartedly
Yeah, and it
without
got
holding
me.
back?
But yeah, yeah. I think I did, or I at least
Mm-hmm.
attempted to.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, it got me in a big hole of a mess.
Because once you did it, you went all the way,
And
and
it
that
was,
wall went back up.
well, it had to go back up in order for me to save my sanity.
Let's talk about, tell me about that. You said that it had to go back up to save your sanity. Are you
Because,
ready to talk about that?
yeah, I went, you know how you get involved with someone and you just go full-fledged deep into a relationship and you don't know if you're
Mhm.
coming again, and
Right.
it's not the right person. So
Mhm.
he was the wrong person, but it was at the right time. So it was, I went through a lot of abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally. So I just carried on that same type of life into a I grew up like that, and then I was in it for about, I'll say, 8 years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I had
you said for 8 years you were in a relationship that was
abuse.
toxic, really not good, abusive. And that's the word that's the word we want to use is abusive. And so when we look back over your life, you said, I grew up and I saw this. And because in your mind, there was no way to get out of that because you weren't taught that. You were taught to accept abuse,
Tolerated.
tolerate the abuse. So what gave you the strength to
I
no longer
just
tolerate it?
Well, I've been in and out of constant, like, since maybe when I got um 20, 19, 20, 20, maybe 22. So I'm always trying to, understand and better myself. So I've been in constant for almost my whole life. But like I said, I just keep repeating the same thing. I never got no further than, okay, you live with your auntie, your mother let you go, you was abandoned and blah blah. So it's like,
Mhm.
when am I gonna be able to escape? I'm been at this mountain long enough. Can
Mhm.
I move on to somewhere else?
Right, right. Can you change your story?
Yeah, like,
Can the narrative change? And do you think that that narrative can change?
um yeah, maybe I didn't think that it could change. That's probably why I
Mhm.
was stuck there. I didn't think it, and not realizing that it was me. I wanted the conflict to change me.
Right, right. But you have to have that mindset that you want a different story. You want a different outcome.
I think I wanted a different story, but just I was looking for somebody to really help me, to guide me to get that story. But the story has to come within yourself, and then you can pull it out.
Yes.
I
Let's
I
talk
I,
about
I had
that.
it all wrong.
You had it wrong, huh? So have you been able to pull whatever that is that you're talking about out now? Do you feel that you're making the steps?
Yes.
Because what I was hearing, and I could be just let me know if I'm right.
Hmm.
You had an empty, you always talk about that hole in your heart. and you always were looking for someone to fill that hole. And most of the time, the hole was filled with people who really weren't meant good for you.
Exactly. Yes.
So when you got into that situation, your hole just got bigger, your walls went up. So I'm asking you right now to just take a moment and let's think about this. Let's talk about that hole, because it seemed like you still got a little bit of hole there.
Yeah.
And we yeah, let's really look at that. And this is called like visualizing. What if you had to have that hole filled? What would, take a moment and think, what would you want it to be filled? Who would you want to fill? The type of people you want to draw to you to help fill that. Because